Hello, everybody. My name is Teacher Brian with English Sponge. At English Sponge, we believe that listening is learning. So, if you clicked on this video to listen to some English and to learn how to speak English, then you clicked on the right video. Be sure to go to our webpage, EnglishSponge.com, for hours and hours of English language content that you can listen to and learn from. In this video, you're going to listen to me, Teacher Brian, talk about a specific type of American human. That American human is called the snowbird. The American snowbird is a person who lives in the northern states. I'm talking about the upper mid-Atlantic, like the states of Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, or New York, where I live. The American snowbird can also live in New England, like the states of Massachusetts or New Hampshire, Maine, or Vermont. And the American snowbird has also been known to live in the upper Midwest, like in Minnesota or Illinois or Wisconsin. Now, the thing that the American snowbird of all these regions shares in common is that their habitat in the winter months turns frigid. It gets very cold, particularly, of course, the more north that you travel. So, as you all know, the cold weather can become quite uncomfortable. And for the American snowbird, this frigid weather becomes intolerable. So, the American snowbird, like their brothers of the sky, migrate south in the winter. Specifically, the American snowbird goes to a state called Florida. Florida is the southernmost state on the eastern seaboard, and in Florida, it is almost always warm, which is exactly the type of climate that the American snowbird desires. So right now, I'm going to the grocery store so I can buy some snacks from my train trip down south to Florida, because I am an American snowbird. As you can see, I have successfully managed my southerly migration south. I left glorious New York City, and I have arrived in the sunshine of Florida. Truly wonderful down here. Just look around. Clear, bright, blue skies, a blazing sun, plenty of warmth. I'm going to turn the camera around now to let you see what a typical neighborhood looks like in Florida. You can see the green grass. You can see the palm trees. You can even see the deciduous trees still have their leaves on them because it's not cold enough for them to fall off. Now, where I just came from, New York City, rather, after I left New York City, one day after I left, the skies dumped over 5 inches of snow upon the ground. 5 inches. In addition to that, that blizzard was followed up by days of near freezing cold rain. So, for the snowbird, that can be intolerable. It's not too comfortable. However, where I'm walking today in Florida, it's bright, it's sunny, and it's 75 degrees. It's quite wonderful. Now, in order to adapt to this new climate, you can see that I've shed my winter clothes. When I was in New York, I was wearing a thick, hooded North Face winter jacket. That's gone, and it's replaced by a short-sleeved shirt. Short sleeves. I also don't have my long johns on anymore because there's no need to keep warm because the air is warm. I've also got rid of my hoodie. There's no need for that because again, it's warm. It's no longer cold. This is what the American snowbird is looking for when he heads south. So what we'll do here is we'll turn around and we'll start talking a little bit about the things that the American snowbird likes to do when he arrives in the southern climes. What does the American snowbird like to do for recreation? Well, first of all, walking. Look at this. Beautiful. There's no ice to contend with. And let me tell you, the winters in New York can be quite treacherous because what occurs after a good thorough rain or a snow is that there's the development of black ice. Black ice is deceptive and dangerous. The ice assumes the same color as the pavement of the streets, and so you'll be walking, doing just fine, going to the grocery store or wherever, and you'll slip and you'll fall. This has happened to me on multiple occasions. In fact, probably about once a year, I'll end up falling, slipping on the black ice. And now the problem with this is that as I age, it's getting a bit more difficult to recover from. The older viewers will certainly sympathize with that. But here in Florida, there's no black ice because it doesn't get that cold. Or I should say, it rarely gets that cold. It's typically pretty warm. Even in Central Florida, where I am right now. I'm not even in South Florida. And it's still very, very nice in terms of the weather. So what else do this American snowbirds enjoy doing for recreation when they head south? Well, like I said, they enjoy walking. They also enjoy playing different types of sports. I'm going to get some footage later of swimming. The American snowbird loves to swim. The American snowbird also enjoys playing pickleball. I'll get some footage of that. And generally any outdoor sports that they would normally do in the summer up north, they can enjoy in the winter down south, which is the entire point, isn't it? Now, one sport that they enjoy playing is golf. The American snowbird loves playing golf. Golf, if you don't know, is a sport where the players will, for no good reason, interrupt a perfectly good walk by trying to hit a small white ball into a very small hole. And they do this 18 times. Why? I'm not sure. I don't like golf. But a lot of people do. So I'm going to cross this street and we are going to watch some people play golf. Here we are. We are on a golf course. And you could see these people, let me zoom in, playing golf here. They're on the green. Now these people are wearing long sleeve shirts even though it's 75 degrees. So what that tells me is that these people here are not American snowbirds. These people are probably natives to this region because it's only 75 degrees and yet these people have on long sleeves. I've noticed this. You can tell when you're in the South who is a snowbird and who is a native. The snowbirds, when it gets down to 75, 70 degrees, he'll be dressed in a short sleeve shirt like I am. But the natives who are accustomed to 90 degree weather, 95 degree weather, these people will be dressed as if they're ready to summit Everest. You know, they get very cold very quickly. So they'll be all bundled up despite the fact that it's only 70, 75 degrees. And with this walk now complete, I'd like to show you some footage of some of the recreation that the American snowbird will engage in. So enjoy. One of the most beloved forms of recreation for the American snowbird is swimming. In Florida, they have plenty of swimming pools. Now, the American snowbird will use the swimming pool not only for fitness, to engage his body, grow his muscles and his lung capacity. He will also use the pool for recreation, to have fun, and most importantly, to cool off on these grueling hot winter days. Now, as it happens, today we have with us a young American snowbird who is enjoying his recreational time in the pool. And we can see this young man right over here. So let's go get a better look. This is a young American snowbird. As you can see, he's ready for his swim in the pool. He has his swimming trunks, his bathing suit. He has his goggles to protect his eyes from the chemical chlorine that is used in the swimming pool. And he's prepared his body with sunblock so the vicious South Florida sun doesn't damage his skin. And so now the young American snowbird will jump into the pool to show how he enjoys swimming. Yeah! Fascinating. Fascinating. Another popular recreational sport for the American snowbird is the game of pickleball. Pickleball has gained more notoriety in the United States of America over the course of the past 10 years. It is a very fun game. If you haven't played, migrate down south like I did and try it out for yourself. The game of pickleball. Hello, students of English Sponge. As you can see, I have returned to my beloved New York City. You'll note my surroundings. You'll also note my winter clothing. As it turns out, I am not a true American snowbird. As we learned in this video, the American snowbird is a human who lives in the northern states and then migrates south for the warm weather of typically Florida. At this stage in my life, I can't spend the entirety of the winter months in Florida. I have to come back to New York for family and professional reasons. So I am not a true American snowbird. Not yet, anyway. With that said, I hope that you have found this video interesting, and I hope you've learned a little bit about American culture. If you're interested in watching more of these videos, I invite you to visit our webpage, EnglishSponge.com. At EnglishSponge.com, which we have a new webpage up and running for you right now, you'll be able to find countless videos so you can continue your English language learning journey. On the webpage, you'll be able to filter for teacher. So if you'd like to see more Brian videos, you can do that. If you'd like to see more videos from Sam, or Justine, or Aaliyah, or AJ, or John, or James, you can do that too. These are all great teachers. Finally, you'll be able to filter for English language level, starting at very simple A1, continuing to A2, going up to B1 and B2. So again, I invite you to visit EnglishSponge.com for all your English language learning needs. All right, take care everyone. Bye-bye.